How's it going, guys? Dylan from GETFISHNOW again, and maybe you guys know, in Springfield, Massachusetts, last weekend, which was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, was the Springfield, Mass Hunting and Fishing Sportsman Show. Now I went there and I bought a lot of new things to fill up my new tackle box, because last year a lot of my stuff got either ruined or lost or whatever happened to it, but I don't have a lot of it anymore. So I figured I'd get rid of everything, start new, fresh, get new latest trends, lures in and things like that. So first I'll show you my tackle box. This is my tackle box. Picked it up at Walmart for like 45 bucks. Had a gift card, so it wasn't really expensive. On this side, I took Velcro panels and I just put my sunglasses case on there. I got my sunglasses. On top, I just Velcroed my knife, so that whenever I need to cut something, I just unbutton it. It's all Velcroed there, not gonna go anywhere, not gonna fall in the water. And I just picked up a scale actually from Cabela's that's shipping here. I'll put that on this side, hopefully it'll fit. So when you open it, it's just got 3 of these things in it, which is pretty nifty, I think. I like it. This slides in, so if you're in a kayak, it makes it really small. It may look huge, but I'd take this on the kayak. It fits real nice. And yeah, start getting to the new lures I got here. I'm going to start first with the lures that I got to show, and then I'm going to switch to the ones that I had already had, before the show. So, with box number 1, first thing I got, I've heard a lot about, it is the football jigs. This happens to be the 3/8 of an ounce weight. Now, you don't want to just, if you're new to football jigs and just jigs in general, you don't want to just fish them the way they are. You want to put a trailer on them. For example, I could put a crawdad on that hook right there, and it would make it look more realistic. And the way you fish them is you want to go up and down, bring it up, down, back to the bottom, just jig it, Or you can do a steady retrieve. If you have, like, say, one of those curly tails, a swim bait on the end of there, it looked nice swimming through the water. So that I picked up there. That ranges from about if you get a really expensive one, $5, but don't do that. That's just nonsense. Now this next bait, I actually stole from my friend Clayton. Well, he bought a grab bag there for $1, and there was a bunch of crap in it, so he just gave it to me. But I actually like this. I think it'll be great for crappie. Crappie's like white and neon orange that I have found. Maybe that's just in Connecticut or wherever I fish around here. But this is a little jig head. And then it's got the spiral chartreuse orange on the as the trailer on there. I think that'll look real nice. I think crappie will love that. Any small fish, really. Probably small bass, perch, anything like that. So yeah, I made out on that aspect. There's actually another lure he gave me from his bag that he didn't want. I'm probably never going to catch anything on it in my life, to be honest, but I'm going to try. This next bait is new, but I didn't get it at the show. We actually went to Cabela's after the show, and I picked up this is a baby torpedo, which is the size. The color is perch. You see it's got the oranges and yellows. And if you're not familiar with torpedoes, what they are, there's a little blade in the back. See, it spins. And what that does is when you retrieve it, you just want to bring it, stop it, bring it, stop it. Or you can just do a steady retrieve. I find if you just go like that, not popping it, you just want to reel it and stop it, reel it and stop it, or pull it fast and stop it. And you can, see what speeds work the best for where you're fishing, what you're fishing, etc. That's it for this first box of what I picked up new. So we'll save this for later so we can show you the stuff that I already had in there. Next up, we got our second box here. Now, this lure is very similar to a rattle trap. I mean, I've got rattle traps. I've got a lot of rattle traps. But I just had to pick this one because it was so unique the way it was constructed. If you look at this, it's got, the nose just drops down. I thought that was just so weird. I don't know why I thought it was so weird, but I just thought it was unique, so I had to buy it. You know, you always gotta have something unique in your tackle box when nothing else is working. You know, maybe a strange looking, weird colored lure might just do the trick. Also, as you guys know, as if you've been following my channel lately, is I make lures out of wood on my lathe, right? So I picked up some skirts to put on the end of maybe poppers or whatever I want to make. So I got red black pepper color. I got the green pumpkin, probably for frogs. I'll put at the end, yeah, that. And then I got, this isn't really for what I make. This is just for like spinner baits that you'll see in a second after I go through my new stuff. Now that is it for new things for that. But here, my last one I have for rubbers, like my soft plastics and whatever, except for one hard bait that I couldn't fit anywhere else. But this is the hard bait that's in the last one. Just your everyday popper. Now I'm thinking, if you can tell, that is not very deep. I don't even know what this is called. It came in a little bag with just a black top, nothing special about it. So if you guys know what this is, please comment down below, let me know. It's very strange. Along with that other weird rattle trap type, I don't know, it came in the same type of package. I don't know who makes it. I'd really like to know. So if you guys know anything about either of those, let me know, that'd be great. So where I fish, my favorite things to fish for bass or pickerel really are worms. I love worms. Bass love worms. So I found out that whites are the key for worms, I have found. Maybe your pond is different, maybe your lake is different. As you can see, it's frozen right now, so can't really do any fishing right now. But these are my all-time favorite. This is a Strike King. It's lime green pepper with white. Lime greens and whites, awesome colors. They just work so great. When you hook them, let's see, I got a hook right here. I'll show you how to hook them. This is how I hook them personally. What you want to do is you take your just everyday style hook, right? And you just find the fatter end and you just stick it to the top like this until you get to the bend in the hook. You see that? Until you get to the bend. And then what you want to do is you want to poke it out and just slide it all the way up. So far you've got that, and I'm holding the hook part in my hand still. And what you do is you take the hook and you spin it so it's facing the worm, and you just give it a little extra and you hook it back up through. Now you want to give it a little extra so that when it hooks through, it looks even with the rest of it, okay? So that when you're finished, it should look nice and straight, see? Nice and straight on the hook. This isn't really perfect, but I would have done a better job if I was actually going to be fishing with this. So let's put the worm back, put the hook back in its spot so I don't stab myself. That would be awful. Next, I got these same style worms, different company. These are a little cheaper. I got these for 15 cents each. There was a little section where there was just a bunch of random like soft baits, and you just fill up a bag, then they weigh it. So I got these for approximately 15 cents each. I got 3 of them, and I haven't really tried them yet, but I know the white works great, so I think the white, then that color is going to work really good. These worms, it's got like a gray outline with like the pepper and the white on the bottom. These I actually got in my grab bag along with a few other things I'll show you later. I got 3 of them in the grab bag. I paid $1 for. And yeah, so next is my lizard compartment. And I got these lizards. Or first, this is the green pumpkin watermelon color, pepper, and you hook these just like the worm, or you could throw these down on a drop shot, which tends to work well, I found out, but if you're having a slow day, I don't really recommend that. But the benefit of that is you can keep the bait in the strike zone longer if you have a drop shot, because you can just make it go up and down. You don't have to reel it in, you know. So you can keep it in the strike zone longer, and like I said, whites are the best. So I don't really like using dark colors, but this here, blue, it was the last one. So I figured, you know, it must be popular. I'll try it out. So I'll get back to you guys, let you know how that works. And this next is a creature bait, dark blue. I just like the style bait. I didn't really care that it was dark. You know, I'll catch something on it. It might take me a little longer, but hey, it's worth it. These baits are awesome. It was really cheap too. That's why I picked it up, you know. But when you get them, see these little arms on them? These will be connected. What you want to do is break them off so they flop around. It'll give a lot more action, and it makes it look great under the water also. Next is probably one of my favorites that I picked up. These are all from the grab bag, by the way, except for the yellow ones. And this white crawdad. You will not believe how great white color is, as I've said very much in the video, but there are a lot of crawdad in this pond, which I fish a lot, and in a lake that I go to in Massachusetts. I don't know exactly the name of the lake, but I have another video on my channel. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description where I go bass fishing, and there are some nice bass that I catch in that video. Well, actually, it's a slideshow of pictures because unfortunately I forgot my camera. Great, I know, but I think this will be great. Get this on a drop shot. There are so many crawfish in there. It's unbelievable. Plus, their favorite color in there is white. So I think it'll be great. The bass are already feeding on crawfish. Their favorite color is white crawfish. I think it'll be great. Well, that's all the new things I got. So, these I've had for a while. These are just like lizard. I think they're yum. I picked them up at Walmart. I love how there's so much detail on them, you know. It might be that little appendages that makes it look more realistic and make the fish want to hit it. And like I said, yellows, great color. Yellows, whites. That's what I love for my soft plastics. So I think that'll be killer on drop shot also, because it's got that wide head, that super wide head, where you can just hook it straight through. You don't have to worry about it ripping that much, opposed to some of the other plastics that are out there. You know, they might hit it and it might rip and you might miss the fish because it is so weak. So that covers my first box completely. My rubbers, soft plastics, whatever you want to call them. So here, this I picked up at Bass Pro Shops. This is a jerk bait. It is yellow, purple, watermelon red with red eye. It's got the 3 hooks on it. Don't ask me how long it is. I'm not a statistic freak. If you really want to figure it out, just comment, hey, what was that or whatever, and I will get the specs for it exactly. But you know, the main part of this is just to show you what I have. Anyway, yeah, I got that on a credit card because we don't have a lot of shops around here, so I don't have a lot of things from Bass Pro or Cabela's, but I like that because it's Bass Pro. It's pretty high quality. This is a Storm swim bait. This is a really big swim bait. You know, I've never caught anything on it in freshwater. I'd actually taken this saltwater fishing. I caught a couple stripers on it, which I was kind of surprised. I don't know why, but I don't know. This next lure, this is a bomber. Love bomber. They make really great lures. This is a chrome yellow, mustard, watermelon red, black shad style bait. This will catch any of your smaller baits. Say perch, you'll catch perch. You'll catch sunfish. You will catch bass, largemouth and smallmouth. You will catch pickerel, catfish. I've caught crazy things on these bombers. Now, since these are all new, I haven't caught anything on them. They're relatively new from this year. I didn't get them at the expo, which is all the stuff I showed you earlier, but they are great. I've used these before. They're awesome. Here is a bomber model 4A, yellow, brown, black crawdad, red eye. And these are just awesome. The action on these things are great. They've got the noise inside of them, the rattles, just like a rattle trap would. And they just got that deeper noise to them. I don't know why, but bombers tend to have the deeper noise. Rattle traps tend to have a more light and more precise sound to them, but these bombers have great noise too. And like I said earlier, I make my own lures. This lure is that frog I made in a video. Maybe you guys seen me make this, but action is great. What you want to do if you make one of these is you want to reel it maybe a foot and then just let it sit and it'll come back up. Reel it maybe a foot and let it come up. That's worked great with this. As you can see, it's all beat up from me catching fish on it. But one of the greatest top water lures I have, even out of the ones that are like already made. So then I've just got some average things in here like worm weights and things like that, but that doesn't really matter. We all have hooks, we all have everything, whatever, you know. So there's another box down. My last box. Here's another one of the lures that I made. Here's a frog style popper. Leopard frog I tried to go for. It's got the red, white belly. White belly is key, guys. If you're using top water, you want to have that white belly, because that's what sells it to the fish, I found. If you have that white belly, they'll think it's a small frog, big fish, big frog, small fish, whatever. But that's what they really like. If you got too many colors, you know, I found it doesn't do as much of a trick. Don't ask me why, that's what the fish like. That's the fish, not me. This is my all-time favorite lure. Right here. This little 2-inch jerkbait clown colors. See, like I said, again, yellow is the key. Yellow and white is the best. And then I've got just the red. So my all-time favorite colors for any lure is clown. I love that clown color. They just work so great. And as you can see, these hooks are really, really bent because I caught multiple fish on them. If you saw my video called Fishing on the River, I caught a pickerel, multiple pickerel in the video, and that's what I caught these with, right here. I've caught anything from tiny pumpkin seed to pickerel that are at least a couple feet long on these things. I mean, these baits are just so versatile, it's great. Again, clown color. This is more of a dive bait, but it's very excellent. This is a Bass Pro dive bait, and it dives about 3 to 5 feet, which is perfect for that pond because that pond's only about 8 feet. And that's just right in the strike zone where they're going to be sitting in the weeds or whatnot. And I just love it. It's great. Here's a classic. If you don't have one of these, you need to get one. They're awesome. This is bullfrog styled jitterbug. What it does, you just want to steady retrieve, and it just goes like that through the water, makes tons of ripples, makes tons of noise too. That's what bass love. Bass are sight fish. They're not smell fish like maybe catfish. They love the smell, but bass, they love the looks of color and shiny splashing. They want to make it look like it's hurt and in distress. Here's another one of my favorites. This is the Rebel Frog, bullfrog color. It's got the white belly, which makes it really good. And what this bait does is it walks the dog. And if you're not familiar with walking the dog, what it does, it makes it zigzag, so it'll I mean, it takes a little bit of skill to learn how to walk the dog, but this is a great bait if you're a beginner walking the dog. It's super easy to walk with, and I think everyone should have one. It's a killer on top water. If they're not hitting popper or something general, get something moving quickly, you know? Maybe that's what it takes to get them to hit it. But again, just try it around, play around with what you got, and find out what the fish are liking for that specific day. Everything isn't going to work. Maybe your favorite lure right now won't be your favorite lure next year, or maybe even the day after. But like I said, that other one I said is my favorite. I might hate it this year. It might be awful, but last year it was a killer. Here's one of my favorite spinner baits. This is the Strike King spinnerbait. It's got the double blade and the trailer hook. That trailer hook is the best thing you will ever invest in. Because a lot of times spinnerbaits, you know, they're moving through the water fast. You're just ripping them, reeling and ripping them, reeling and ripping them. And that's how you get that action with the blades moving, where it's perfect. A lot of fishermen don't like fishing on overcast days because, you know, the cloud cover, it's shady, you know. But that's when you want to pull out a spinnerbait, because that's going to give it that action that make the fish react. And, you know, they're a little lethargic on days like that. So if you got that trailer hook on there, they're gonna hit slower. So if you're used to getting fish at or right on, you're gonna pull it and you're gonna miss that fish because you don't have that extra support in the back trailer hook. Kevin Van Dam uses this exact bait, and it is one of his favorites, he says, because of the trailer hook. Now this is a buzzbait, $1 at Walmart. These are great. You know, so the only thing is, the blade, it's not bent enough for it to go all the way up, so it'll just, sometimes it sinks and it acts more of a spinner bait. But they're great if you know how to use them well. If you if you know how to like bend the blades so you get them how you like, they're great to get. Just bend the blades, or you could even buy a blade or take a blade off one of your other ones, or whatever you need to do. So that is it for my boxes. But I've got a few more things for you guys. Hold up. Now, as you recall, I did say that there was a few other things that he got in his box that he said he would never use, he didn't want, he thinks they're dumb. So, here is one of the things. This is a humongous white shad, just rubber thing. I have no idea how to rig this. How do I rig this, guys? If you know anything, maybe put it on an umbrella rig, maybe just hook it like I hooked the worms. Where do I fish this thing? Do I go like offshore, in the ocean, where like for what, stripers or what? I don't really know anything about that. So if you guys do know anything about that, let me know. Another thing, this teeny tiny little bait fish catcher, I'll call it. It's so tiny, you'll catch small pumpkin seed, you'll catch small perch, probably maybe baby bass at the biggest, but nothing really big is gonna want to go for that. Crappie, probably good jig. And then probably the most unique thing I got was this. It's a hand line. What you do is you got a bobber and a hook, and you throw that out there and you just use your hands and just set the hook, and then you use this little device and you just wrap it around it, and you can catch little fish, maybe use that fish to catch bigger fish later, or you could just have a good time and just catch little fish all day, which I'm not a fan of because I love big bass fishing. But hey, maybe I'll make a video of me using this. If you want to see a video of me using that, comment below. Say, hey, I want to see you use that thing. And I'll say, okay, I'll make it. So, that's basically my tackle, guys. You know, as I said, this is not everything I have, but it's everything that I believe I'm going to be using this year. Like, based off last year, what they liked, what they didn't like, I'm going to be going to the same places. So, if they didn't like something, I'm not going to have it in here. These are the things that I think and I know will work great this year, so I don't have to waste my time, you know, switching out a lot and things like that. So if you're in a spot that are high largemouth population, great. Maybe you want to base your ideas off mine, but nothing is going to be exactly the same. You want to go out there, you want to find out how the fish are in your area, you know, because my fish here could act totally different from your fish there. You know, your crappie may not like really bright neon colors like that. I don't know, but that's just like what they like here. Like I said, I've got my knife, I've got my side thing. I'm going to get this, but I'm starting to put some cool stickers on here, and yeah, that's my tackle. So I thank you guys for watching this video, and comment, rate, and subscribe. It really helps a lot, guys. I'm trying to get my views up. You know, I'm just starting out, so I really appreciate it if you would like and share and do whatever. You know, you don't have to, but that'd be great. So thank you guys for watching, and tight lines.